Hello and welcome to my Gameweek 28 Championship predictions for the midweek games. Of course, we've got some big games tonight. Wrexham versus Leicester, Southampton, Sheff Utd tomorrow. There's only 3 games tomorrow, 9 games tonight. So yeah, let's just dive straight into my Championship predictions for this midweek. First up is Charlton taking on John Eustace's Derby County. Charlton with a very good home win over 9-man Charlton at the weekend. Deserved winners in that one were Nathan Jones' side. Derby, on the other hand, getting a nice 1-0 away victory at Preston. Big 3 points for them. These two sides meet, one sitting 12th and one sitting 18th. Charlton a lot better at home than they are away from home. Derby a lot better away from them than they are at home. So should be an interesting game. This one head-to-heads earlier in the season, 1-1 draw between the sides on the 30th September 2025. 2-1 away win for Charlton back in League One in 2024. 1-0 away win for Derby at Charlton on the 3rd of February. 4 wins for Charlton, 3 draws, 9 wins for Derby County on that occasion. Coventry, forget Coventry for the moment with that game I'm really looking forward to, but yeah, just wait a minute. Charlton, Derby ranked 3rd away from form this season while conceding the most penalties in the league. Derby sit 12th but ranked 16th at the XG table, overperforming by 4.7 points. They've conceded the most penalties. We just spoke about that, and they are 3rd in the away table in the Championship at the moment. I'll go back on another 1-1 draw between these two. I don't think there's going to be a lot to separate them. Usually quite tight games are John Eustace and Nathan Jones' side games, but yeah, 1-1 in this one. Not a lot's going to separate them. Now into the game of the round as Coventry City take on Millwall at the CBS. Coventry City, big winners over their local rivals Leicester City at the weekend. Millwall grabbing a brilliant away victory away at Watford, of course. Coventry, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually lost this game because Millwall starting to click into gear. Aziz is playing, so that means Millwall will win. Coventry did beat them 4-0 back at the Den earlier this season, 1st of October 2025. Coventry, 10 wins for them, 3 draws, 7 wins for Millwall on the head-to-head record. They did play back in the EFL Cup earlier this season. It was 2-1 home win for Millwall that occasion. Coventry do seem to have a good record at the Den. It's a bit more tighter when they come to the CBS. Do I think Millwall are going to win this? I think they are, you know. I just don't know why. I've got a feeling they might. Coventry's poor form. I know they beat Leicester at the weekend, but that maybe spur them on a bit. But I'm actually going to back the Lions in this one to get over the line. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away Millwall win. That is my probably shock prediction of the week. Yeah, I think Millwall are going to win this by 2-1 away at Coventry, which will be a massive surprise. Ipswich at home to Bristol City now. Ipswich really clicking into gear under Kieran McKenna. I thought this would be the case. They finally start picking out results, and they have done. They've won 4 of their last 5 matches in the league, I think. They have been absolutely on fire, have Kieran McKenna's boys. So far, they've beaten Blackpool in the Cup in there as well, but that was only a 2-1 win. They did beat Bristol City back at their place on the 5th of March 2024 by 3-2. 1-1 draw back at Ashton Gate earlier this season. 7 wins for Bristol, 7 wins for Ipswich, 4 draws, 6 wins for Bristol City. 9th Bristol City, 3rd sit Ipswich at the moment. 7 points separate the two sides in the table. Ipswich are going to win this quite comfortably against Gail Struber's Bristol City. I'm going to go for a 3-1 home Ipswich win. Ipswich really clicking into gear now. Wouldn't be surprised. Well, they probably will get top 2 now. Maybe even win the league and take it off Coventry. But yeah, Ipswich to win by 3-1 over Bristol City here. Oxford in need of a win. It's another massive home game at the Kassam for Oxford United under Matt Blinfield. They did draw at home to Bristol City. It was an okay point, but they need to be doing more than that to stay in the Championship. This season, QPR picked up a decent point on the road away at Stoke. When you look at it, it isn't too bad for Julian Stefan's side. They did play earlier in the season. It was a 0-0 draw, but that's when I think QPR were going through their rough patch in the season. Oxford at the Kassam are a better team than they are away from home, definitely, but are they going to beat QPR in this one? think it'd be difficult. 2 wins for Oxford, 1 draw, 4 wins for QPR in this one. QPR sit 11th, Oxford sit 23rd. They need a win. To Matt Bloomfield's side, they're not going to get it, unfortunately. I'm going to back Queen's Park Rangers to win this by 2-0 away at the Kassam and pick a very good 3 points up here and put themselves right back in that playoff mix. So, yeah, QPR to win this by 2-0 at the Kassam over Oxford United in this one. Preston versus Hull is next, and two sides that are fighting for the playoffs. Preston will be looking to respond from that 1-0 defeat at home to Derby, of course, which was a really disappointing game for Preston in that one. Back-to-back home losses as well, as they lost to Wigan in the FA Cup as well. Not that they really care about the FA Cup, probably Preston. Hull got a very, very big win away at St Mary's at Southampton at the weekend. Solid result in that one. 5th versus 6th in the table. They've been doing very, very well for themselves. Have Preston 2-2 draw between Hull and Preston last time these sides did play, back on the 30th of September at the MKM. Last time they did play at Deepdale was on Boxing Day 2024, was a 1-0 home win for Preston, 6 wins for Preston, 6 draws, 8 wins for Hull, 5th versus 6th. It's a difficult one. I mean, Preston look a bit shoddy at home. I'm going to back I'm going to back Hull to win this, actually. I'll go for a 2-1 away victory. Just because Preston have been a little bit not as good as they have been in recent weeks. But they did beat Bristol City a few weeks back. But yeah, I think Hull are going to get over the line with their good form and continue their good away form and beat Preston by 2-1. Sheffield Wednesday, Birmingham now, and I have absolutely no confidence going into this at Hillsborough. We're probably going to lose. They haven't won there all season, so that means when Birmingham come to town, Sheffield Wednesday win this game. Unbeaten in our last 3, though, home to Coventry, away at Cambridge. Yeah, who cares? Swansea, decent point, but probably should have lost that game overall. Sheffield Wednesday did lose at home to Portsmouth, only by a 0-0. Birmingham do have the second worst away record in the division right now. Sheffield Wednesday have the worst home form in the division right now. Yeah, this is a really horrible one to call, because you'd hope that Prisk won't be available for Birmingham. He hasn't even signed yet. It might be announced this morning or when this is going live. Osman might be able to be available for selection. I'm not sure, but I don't think he's going to be. I think he's just going to be another Kumas. To be honest, I hope I'm proven wrong, but I think Sheffield Wednesday aren't doing too bad. They got Valerie, got Kadamateri and Lowe, who are some decent players. Bannon as well, Ingleson. It's not too bad of a team, actually, when you look at it. But I'm going to back Birmingham to win this. I'm going to go for another 1-0 away win for a side at Hillsborough. So yeah, I think Birmingham win this 1-0. I think it'd be scrappy and tight, but I would not be surprised if Sheffield Wednesday won this. Swansea Blackburn is next, and Swansea haven't won in their last 3. Well, Blackburn haven't really done a lot either. They're both probably, well, I say that Swansea have kind of climbed themselves out of that drop zone problems. Swansea sits 16th in the table at the moment. Blackburn sit 20th right now. Yeah, it's very tight between the two sides as it stands right now. But are Swansea in the relegation zone? I'll let you decide that in the comments. Relegation battle, sorry. Blackburn definitely are, only 1 point above the drop and ahead of Norwich. Are they the ones that slip, or is it Portsmouth that slip, along with probably Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday? But I've seen great escapes before, but I doubt it. Oxford are going to do anything. 2-1 Swansea away win last time they did play on the 30th of September 2025. Back at Ewood Park. Blackburn's away form is slightly better, but they did get battered by Swansea on the 22nd of February earlier this year by 3-0 at the Swansea.com, or at the Liberty, I should say. 8 wins for Swansea, 4 draws, 6 wins for Blackburn Rovers. Yeah, Swansea haven't won in their last 3. They'll be looking to pick up a decent result here against Blackburn, so that really, really dropped off under Valerian Ismail. But it is the Championship, and I'm going to go for another surprise prediction. I'm going to go for a 1-0 away Blackburn win, another surprise result here in the Championship. But yeah, I don't know why I've got a feeling Blackburn are going to win this for some bizarre reason. West Brom versus Norwich then is the other game, or just a midweek game in the Championship. West Brom under Eric Ramsey did lose away at Middlesbrough, despite it being a very, very good performance last time out, despite they did lose, of course. Norwich, back-to-back wins over Walsall and Wrexham. Very, very good away win at Wrexham. Maybe that FA Cup game spurred them on a little bit. It's amazing what one game could do in either competition, really. Yeah, very good away win for Norwich over Wrexham. They'll be looking to go to another team that begins with a W and win this one away at West Brom as well. West Brom and poor form. If West Brom lost this, then they will be sucked right into that relegation scrap. It will be absolute alarm bells ringing if you are West Bromwich Albion fans. They do play in the FA Cup as well on the 14th of February, I believe. One away win for West Brom on the 1st of October 2025 at Norwich, and then last Sunday play at the Hawthorns was a 2-2 draw on the 23rd of November 2024. 8 wins for West Brom, 3 draws, 8 wins for Norwich. Another tough one to call, this one. I'm going to back a draw in this one. I'm going to back a 2-2 draw between these two sides. Not going to be a lot separating them. Yeah, 2-2 between these two. I can't see a huge amount separating these two sides, as they're both fairly crap at the moment. And then the main game on Sky Sports tonight is Wrexham taking on Leicester City on Sky Sports main event and Sky Sports Football. Wrexham did lose at home to Norwich. Bit of a disappointing defeat. Leicester off the back of that 2-1 derby defeat to Coventry as well. They'll be both looking to improve, won't they, for this upcoming match. 10th versus 13th in the league, only 3 points separating these two sides. I think Leicester should be doing a lot better with their team and with but I just don't really rate Marty Cifuentes. Okay, they've still got Mavididi and Fatawu in there. Jordan James is a great player. I just think it's their back line. Ricardo Pereira's great, but I think Akoli Nelson, they're just not experienced enough at this level, and their keeper's not experienced enough. Leicester did play was 1-1 draw between the two sides. Away for Leicester is 14th in the table at the moment. Home for Wrexham sit 9th, so fairly close in terms of away form and home form combined for the two sides together. Wrexham are at home. I think this could be an absolute bonkers game of football. I'll go back Wrexham to win this. I'm going to go for 3-2 Wrexham home win. I just think of another bonkers game, to be honest, and I think that's what we're going to get between Wrexham and Leicester City here. And yeah, going to back a 3-2 Leicester win. 3-2 Wrexham win, sorry. I think Leicester will give them a right game, though. Into tomorrow night's games as Southampton take on Sheffield United at St Mary's. Last time they did play back in September, was it? Was it 2-1? 2-1 away win for Southampton on that one. That was when Chris Wilder's first game back in charge. They have kind of restored that a bit. They haven't really lost as much. Sheffield United still lost 14 games, still second joint in the Championship this season. Sheffield Wednesday only having worse, of course. Last time they played at Bramall Lane was in the EFL Cup. Southampton won that one on penalties. Last time they played the league at St Mary's. Excuse me. 3-0 home win for Southampton. I think that's when Southampton were half decent as well under Hassan Hutel. 5 wins for Southampton, 1 draw, 1 win for Sheffield United. Southampton been looking very, very good at the moment. No, Sheffield United have been looking good at the moment. Started to improve, but then they've had a couple of hits in recent weeks to Wrexham on Boxing Day, especially in the Mansfield and the Cup and Chartered as well. So both teams are struggling a bit this season. They haven't been good from what I've just said. Take that back. Southampton win this at home, though, I think. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Southampton win in this one over a Sheffield United side that look quite poor in recent weeks, but then Southampton have been quite poor as well, but I think home advantage will get the Saints over the line. Watford versus Portsmouth at Vicarage Road. Then Portsmouth finally get a win on the board away at Sheffield Wednesday, a needed win as well for John Mousinho's men. Back-to-back losses for Watford though, but Bristol City and at Millwall. Bristol City was the one in the cup, of course. Portsmouth did get hammered away at Bristol City as well. So both teams have been hammered at Bristol City in recent weeks. So this should be fun. 2-2 draw between the sides on the 1st of October. Portsmouth 2, Watford 2 at Fratton Park. 1-0 home win for Portsmouth. Last season as well, back at Vicarage Road. Last season was 2-1 home win for Watford. 3 wins for Watford. 1 draw, 3 wins for Pompey. Watford are winning this. Portsmouth's away form is honking. Watford are going to win this. I'm going to go for a 3-0 scoreline. I think Watford get back to winning ways in this one. Portsmouth can't defend set pieces, and Watford under Harvey Gressy are quite good at home. So it makes sense to go for a 3-0 Watford home win in this one. I think it'd be quite a comfortable win for Harvey Gressy's men. And the final game is Stoke versus Middlesbrough then at the Bet365. This one's on Main Sky. Tomorrow evening, Stoke 0-0 draw at home to QPR. At the weekend, Middlesbrough getting a very, very good away win at West Bromwich Albion, of course. With that own goal, no, Berg's goal in the last minute. I keep thinking the own goal. It's because it went viral on socials. I think probably why I thought that was the last minute goal. 0-0 draw between the sides at the Riverside on the 30th of September 2025. Last time to play at Stoke was a 3-1 away Middlesbrough win for Kim Hellberg's side, or not Kim Hellberg's side. It would have been who was in charge? Michael Carrick's side, I think. I could be wrong. Do correct me on that. 5 wins for Stoke, 6 draws, 7 wins for Borough. They've scored 8 goals in the last 5 for Borough. Stoke sits 7th. They are only 13th in the XG. XG means nothing. They've kept the most clean sheets in the Championship this season. Have Stoke. You know what? Go 1-0 Stoke at home. They don't like conceding many goals. I think they're going to get another clean sheet in this one. They're just going to leak all the goals away at Birmingham at the weekend. Not. 1-0 home Stoke win in this one over Middlesbrough side that are due a loss, I think. Or saying that, they did lose at Fulham and Derby whole weeks ago, but yeah, I'm actually going to bet Stoke to win this by a goal to nil. This could allow Ipswich to jump them in the top 2 race. So yeah, Stoke to win this by a goal to nil. Thank you very much for watching my Game Week 28 Championship predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll be back with League 2 predictions tomorrow morning as well, and then League 1 in the afternoon as well, because there's a double upload because League 2 would usually go out today, but there's of course midweek games in the Championship this week. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll speak to you on the next one.